what's up, what's going on? How's it hanging? What's the vibes? Happy Thursday. Whoa. For some reason, I saw someone post today, and it was something like, I don't know. No, that's what it was. Last time my friend Allie said that, tomorrow, which was today, is technically Friday, or something like that. Like, she said something that, like, threw me off. Sorry, I'm closing all my apps because, like, I was fucking going through all my apps today. I was doing a bunch of Christmas shopping and I only bought one thing. And I need to buy 2 more things, I think. 3 more things? I don't know. That's the thing. Did I mute the music or did it just stop? So my mom, she's like the mediator, not the mediator, but you know, like people ask her like, oh, like what should I get Taylor? And then if I like, then I'll like say to her like, okay, well, I'm obviously not asking like what they got me, but I'm just like, okay, well, I didn't realize this was sitting right there. I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, what'd they get me? But I don't want to be like that person that gets something like that's $25 and they spent like $100 on me, or I spent $100 on them and they only got me $20. You know, like I don't want to make it awkward. So I try to like, I don't know. I just try to like ask her and she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, girl, why can't you throw me a bone here? You know? And then sometimes she has to get the gifts for people too. So she's like, I don't even know. She's like, I don't even know yet. So I'm like, girl, I just don't know. You know what I mean? I just be shaking my ass through the pain. But happy holidays, everyone. I hope everyone, next week is Christmas. Next week is literally Christmas. I was not expecting that. Hey, Mr. Bagoo, what's up, what's up?
Mr. Worldwide.
What is going on? Mr. Worldwide. Elf is the worst Christmas movie? No. I think there is definitely way worse Christmas movies. I don't think Elf is even that bad. I haven't seen it in forever. I was going to do a Christmas movie tier list, but I am starting to think I might not be qualified to rank it. I feel like I've seen a very handful amount of Christmas movies, like not a lot. Next week is not Christmas. Next week, okay, next Saturday is Christmas Eve, and then Sunday is Christmas. It's the same. Like, Christmas is almost in a week, okay? Christmas is next week. Don't try and fight me on that. Okay, same fucking thing. But here, I have a few movies pulled up. Not movies, but it's a tier list, so it has Narnia on here. I don't think Narnia is a Christmas movie. I think I've seen Narnia before, and I don't think Christmas is mentioned once. But I also saw it when I was like a child. I thought it was just a wintry movie. Like it takes place in a winter area type vibe. Frozen is also on here. Don't know how Frozen is a Christmas movie. I mean, like, I don't know. Here's the difference. There's winter movies and there's Christmas movies. Frozen is a Christmas movie, or Frozen is a winter movie. I'll watch it between like November and February maybe. I'll watch it whenever, but you know, that's when it's in season. Die Hard, I haven't seen Die Hard, so I don't know. But I don't know like how much snowy vibes there are in there, but the other night I think I established that if the storyline does not involve Santa or some sort of like Christmas, like, I don't know, some Christmas mission, like if it's just like, oh, like Home Alone, the parents are leaving for Christmas. But besides that, Christmas is never mentioned. So therefore, Home Alone is not a Christmas movie. I'm sorry. I love Home Alone as much as the next person. Home Alone's a good movie, but it's not a Christmas movie. Least favorite time of year? Why? As I get older, I am like, shit. Because, like, you sort of have to, like, okay, and this sounds annoying, but it's true. Like, when you're younger and you're buying gifts for people, it's not you buying a gift. Like, your parents are buying the gifts. And then so, like, as you get older, you're like, I want to give a nice gift, but it's like I also would like to eat dinner. But I'm also very, like, I'm just crazy in the head. So I don't know if that's just me or, like, I just get so stressed about that. But I don't know. And I genuinely think as I got older, I enjoy giving gifts to people. You know what I mean? I get excited because I like seeing their reaction. And I like seeing them use it after. You know what I mean? That's always the best. Like, when you get something for someone and, like, you know that, like, it's useful to them, you know? Or, like, you get, like, even if you get them clothes and they wear it all the time, it's like, damn. Like, okay, I kind of went off with that clothes purchase. I don't like Christmas movies. I don't like Christmas music. See, that's why I moved out of Pennsylvania, is because it's gray and the sun never comes out. I genuinely didn't realize how much of a, like, hello? Why did I just pause like that? Whenever you live there, I feel like you don't maybe realize it. Some people do. Some people realize it, like, fast. Like, my oldest brother, Stone, he hated it. He acknowledged it. He's like, I hate it. I didn't really acknowledge it until I moved, and then, like, it's great. It was great today, and it threw off my entire day. Like, that, and because I'm not used to having gray days. And then the sun never out, though. I thought that would not affect me because it would still be blue, but that affects me. That, like, throws me off because I think that I am just more tired. Like, by 5 o'clock-ish, I start getting tired. Like, between 3 and 5, I want to take a nap. And I hate naps. And sometimes they are useful, and sometimes, like, I'd be like, oh, I'm glad I took a nap. And there's other times where I'm like, I took a nap, and it's the same amount of time. I'll take 15-minute naps, that's it. I haven't seen the sun once in 2 weeks. That's terrible. Yeah. I don't really know how to help with that, because I'll be honest, it's bad. It is bad. Last year, 2 years ago, whenever the daylight savings changed, I think I was at the lowest point of my life. And I didn't realize it, but it was because it was literally getting dark at fucking 4 o'clock, snowing all the time, couldn't drive. That's another thing that's so annoying, is, like, that limits where you're going sometimes. But I guess depending on your comfortability of driving in the snow, I don't have a big ass truck that can just plow through the snow, so, like, just could not go a bunch of places. But also about not knowing how to react when given a gift. I'm the same way. It could literally be something that I asked for. It could literally be something me and my mom, she'll say to me, and I want to give Judy all the props in the world. I think she is the best gift giver, and I don't think she knows that. Like, I don't think she realizes that, because I will only give her, like, a few ideas. Mostly as you get older, you know, it's not like you're giving her a big ass list. But she gets clothes from me that I genuinely like, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. I would definitely wear that. You know me, girl. And I don't know, she just gets, like, she just picks up on stuff too. Like, last year I was talking all the time, not all the time, I had mentioned a few times, like, I really want to get 23andMe, which is, like, the ancestry thing. And I was literally almost about to buy it, and then she got it for me for Christmas. And it was not something that I even thought that I would get for Christmas. But no, it'll be middle of summer when everyone's posting fall and winter memes. Oh my god. I like how it's just, like, not even the Christmas music in July you're mad about the Christmas memes. The memes in July. I mean, start that trend. I think you should, that would be kind of funny if you're just like, guys, and I don't think you're alone. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that don't like Christmas just because of, not the holiday itself, but like you said, all the factors that, like, lead into it. That's, like, dark, snowy. And then, like, the people in Florida that always lived here, they're like, oh, it doesn't actually feel like Christmas. It doesn't snow. And it's like, you have not experienced, like, you can experience one and you're good. You enjoy the time of year we live. No, but, like, it's not even being disrespectful, but if you just start posting 4th of July memes, you know? Or, like, what are other summer holidays? There's another one. Easter. Post an Easter meme. Just do that. But, oh, what I was saying is you could give me something that I literally, like, texted to you and said, like, this would be a good gift. And I will still be like, oh my God, thank you so much. I really do like it. And I will love it. Like, I got a towel warmer last year. I've used it every day. But when I got it, I was like, oh my God. Ah, thanks. Wow. Thanks. You know, like, it's so, it's like skin irking, and everyone's looking at you, and it's like, when someone posts Halloween in June. The thing is, though, is I think, this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like those type of holidays, like Halloween and Christmas, are like, almost like like people take it so seriously that it's like sort of like a culture. Like it's like their lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, pick a different holiday, pick your favorite holiday, and make it your lifestyle, you know? Be like, I'm sorry, I think New Year's is such a slept-on holiday. I think New Year's is the best. I think New Year's is so fun. I just love the energy on New Year's, and I think it's because you have all this, like, hype from Christmas, and, you know, there's still, like, a bit of, like, oh, like, Christmas is over, but you look forward to New Year's. New Year's is banging, and I feel like a little bit of the joy for me, too, is me and my mom's birthday's in January, so I'm, like, looking forward to that. Like, it's just, I love New Year's. I love New Year's, and I think that it is genuinely my favorite holiday. I could spend New Year's, last year I spent New Year's at my house, literally just me and my mom. It was so fun. It was so fun. We did nothing. We literally did nothing, and I was just like, I'm so happy. It's New Year's. They love it. That's what I'm saying. It's like a culture. It's like their lifestyle. Right in the street if they didn't get to be spooky. I mean, that's true. That's true. I think, I just wonder why, like, those holidays. You know, and it's nothing against those holidays, but, like, why aren't there people out there that, like, go all out and decorate their house for New Year's or Easter? Like, people will put, like, a little bit of Easter decor up, but it's nothing like Halloween and Christmas. And I was about to say maybe it's because Easter's a religious holiday, but so is Christmas. About this, go off. Let's discuss holidays. Let's go. I don't know. What is your guys' favorite holiday? What is your guys' favorite holiday? You've done it before. It's okay. It's like therapy session. Just let it out, you know? It's just like, but yeah, I don't understand. And like I said, same thing with 4th of July. People will put a little bit of decor up. I can't think of any other holidays. Why can't I? No, I've never had a New Year's Eve kiss. I've never been dating anyone during the time of New Year's Eve. I was talking to someone, but we weren't at the same party one time. We weren't at the same place, so it was like, damn. I don't really make that a big deal. I don't know. I mean, like, maybe that's just because anytime I went to a New Year's party, none of my friends had one, or like, a lot of the times, for me at least, a lot of my New Year's parties, it would be like the girls hung out at one place and then like our guy friends hung out at another place. It was never like, I've only been, the New Year's parties weren't really like that. Because my thing is I like, on New Year's, I like celebrating it at your house doing whatever, like my New Year's from 2018 to 2019, we had a bar and restaurant, and the restaurant side was closed, so me and my friends had a party there. Not party, but we're just hanging out. It's a big space for us to hang out in. So we're hanging out there, and then we all go back to my house after, and we literally stayed up the entire night. I just like chill vibes on New Year's. Not chill, like party, but chill, I'm not going clubbing. Maybe that's just because I'm not really a clubbing person. Like, I like the Fat Owl, what? Thanksgiving. Party in my house. Did everyone else just have an amazing New Year's 2018 to 2019? I will say, though, everyone stayed up except for me because someone said something that pissed me off. And I was just, like, thinking, like, the disrespect in my own fucking house. And my friend even texted me that. She was like, damn, I can't believe that. And I was like, I know, me too. So I fucking plopped my head down and went to sleep. And then, like, New Year's Day is fun, too, because nothing's really open. And it's just another, like, chill day. It's sort of like the vibes of Christmas Eve and Christmas, but more hype and less pressure, I feel like. I don't know. To force... Wait. Oh, I mean, I was saying most of my New Year's I've spent either with really close friends or all, like, my girlfriends. Like, it was never, and me and my girlfriends we were not each other's New Year's kiss. Great time. Damn, that sounds fun. Oh, this is a Savage Duty story. So we had, like, this cornhole set up, and it was so funny because we had this, like, TV at our house that was on a stand. I think it was at our house, or it was just, like, a leftover TV from the bar. But we brought it over to the restaurant, and we plugged in my PS4 into it because all my friends loved GTA the way I do, where it's just, like, you just drive around and just fuck shit up. So we were playing GTA, and like we've known, my mom's a cool mom. She's not a helicopter mom where she's like sitting there like, hey guys, if anything, my friends are like, Judy, come over here, come look at this, and she's like, bro, like, oh my god. And so she one of my friends went into the club and got a dance, and my mom, like, they were like, no, Judy, like, we're sorry. And then she was just laughing, and she did not care. And then later on, we had this cornhole set up, and my friends were throwing playing cornhole, whatever. My mom walks through the pathway of the cornhole. My friend throws it. She catches it, doesn't even look, throws it, and makes it in. Clean shot. And everyone was like, that's whenever, like, she had the name Savage Duty, but that was, like, stapled. That moment was her Savage Duty officiate moment. She got married on my birthday. Oh. Do you think that's on purpose? That's kind of funny if someone, like, did that on purpose. I'm sure there's people out there that do that on purpose, which is, like, kind of crazy. Not of them, but to think about. I mean, like, maybe sometimes, like, I don't know. I think I would just laugh if I found out someone got married on my birthday, like, in spite of me. I would be like, what are you, like, what were you trying to prove there? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's just like, okay. There was, I just see so many people getting married my age. Like, that I know from high school. They're, like, married or, like, having a kid. And I'm just, like... And I made a joke the other night at trivia because I can, like, stick my stomach out really far. Like, I don't know why I could just push my stomach out. And I said something like, oh, I'm expecting. And my dad was like, we literally had 2 kids when we were your age. And I was like... And he was laughing because he was like, I literally cannot imagine you with a kid right now. And I was like, I could not either. I'm not pregnant. I'm not expecting. I was joking. But I just can't, like, I don't know. That's so crazy to think that a lot of people, like, I don't know, our parents, like, had kids at this age. And I just am like, but It's not even in a mental breakdown moment where it's like, oh my God, I should have kids by now. It's like, wow. I just could not imagine. I don't know. And props to anyone that I did go to high school with, or, you know, I'm not shaming them. I'm just a bit shocked. Because it's like one of those things you never expect to happen, you know? Like, you know it's going to happen, but you don't know, you know? You know? The one thing I will say, though, is, like, I wonder who of, like, my immediate friends will get married first. Like, I feel like that'll be the craziest moment for me, is like, wow. This person's getting married, and I am, like, involved in the wedding. I don't know if I could plan a wedding. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, when you get engaged, you have to plan a wedding. Like, you have to plan that. Or you hire someone. Do you hire someone and also help them plan it? Or do you hire someone and just be like, this is my idea. This is my idea. That's, you do it. You do what you want with it. You know, that's all up to you. I'm going live on TikTok on the clock. Turning down my volume in case some. What was I gonna say though? Oh, New Year's. Also on New Year's, there was no reason for me to go back to New Year's, but I wanted to say this. On New Year's last year, we were sitting outside and just randomly these fireworks started going off in front of us, and it literally looked like it was like the view as if we went to like some local park, and you know, like for 4th of July, how you go to a local park or wherever. Like, our view was so perfect, and we don't know who, what, where, when, why. We don't know anything about what had happened. We don't know anything about what had happened. And we try to look it up and be like, what is going on? Could not find a single thing. So I just don't know. I don't know, but I hope it happens again this year. Wait, so how many days? Hold on. So I said Christmas is next week. Mr. Magoo got mad at me for that, and I'm not really sorry, not apologizing. I have a suggestion. Okay. What is it? I need to look at the calendar, because I need to see, because I said Christmas next week, and realized it's not next week. Christmas Eve is on, I almost said Christmas Eve is on the 24th. No crap. It's Saturday. New Year's Eve is also on a Saturday. Okay, Soleil. That baby I want so badly. That would be interesting to do a Tinder takeover. That would be interesting to do that. I've thought about that. I've thought about even just doing that with like my siblings, because you know how people do like my sibling or my mom. If I did my mom, I would not be able to have her take over my Tinder. But I feel like that would be kind of fun to do. To download that and. But I would not be able. The thing is, though, the thing that scares me about a Tinder takeover is that, like, there's a chance you see that person. Now, obviously, how many times do you actually see these people? You know what I mean? Like, but there's a chance. There's a chance, you know? Unless I set my location somewhere else. That'd be kind of funny. I just set my location somewhere else. Or I just set a different age range. No, that'd be kind of scary. That'd be kind of scary that's, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. I was just thinking, like, 7-year-olds are probably on Tinder, like, setting their age range to 18. I don't know, I just sort of thought about that randomly, because I was watching this one YouTube video, and it was, like, Tinder Nightmares, and it was, like, some 7-year-old, and it was, like, imagine that's your grandfather and your friend sees that, but then they realize, you're like, oh my god, like, that means he has his age set to 18 and that your friend has their age set to, like, 72. But yeah, obviously, you know, I'm not gonna I was just saying, like, I think it's kind of like, because there's a chance you could still see that person. And also, what happens if, what happens, like, if I explain that to if I'm like, oh, like, sorry, I was just doing, like, I was doing a Tinder takeover thing, and they're like, I don't believe you. And it's, like, the most beautiful man ever, you know? Chris Hansen gonna show up at your house. I watch Skeeter Jean on YouTube. He is doing a YouTube version of what Chris Hansen does. And I've talked about him before on here. I haven't seen any actual Chris Hansen. Maybe I have. I just haven't known I watched it. But sometimes I'll watch his videos because it's just so satisfying just seeing those people get caught and fucking thrown in the car and going to jail. Or going whatever. Getting charges, getting something. Because I'm doing it for real. Well, I'm saying if I do a Tinder takeover and if I either let you guys, one of my brothers, anyone have control of it, there's no way anyone's doing it seriously. You know what I mean? There's no way that, like, anyone's going to say anything serious to anyone. And even if it is just, I just know it is nothing I would say. You know what I mean? It's just, there's just no way. Because you know what I would do if I matched with someone? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. Probably just be like, okay, cool. And then that's it. That's it. That's why I don't ever go on any apps or anything, because I would not be able to message anyone first. Maybe that's what I start off with them. Maybe I say, hey, I'll be honest, I hate messaging people first. I'll just be like, listen, I'll be honest, I hate this. This is driving my anxiety terribly right now. But, hey. And then unmatched. And then blocked. That would be so terrible. Seeing someone block you. Or, like, seeing someone unmatch you. Like, mid-convo. When, like, nothing's going wrong in your head. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you're fighting with someone on there, obviously you could easily, like, unmatch whatever. But, getting unmatched, just mid-convo, that would hurt me. That would hurt my self-esteem, I think. That would definitely get to me. My watch, for some reason, was on messages, and, like, I just don't know. Somehow it'll randomly click on stuff, and I was afraid that, like, Siri was going to start listening and, like, typing everything I say into something. Random thought about that. My mom doesn't understand, and it used to be like this, but now it isn't, because the iPhone or whatever device thinks that, like, you're just thinking of what to say next. My mom will say something like, she, like, will Google search sometimes using Siri. So say if she's looking up, like, YouTube tutorial, like, I don't know, she'll say YouTube tutorial and then sit there. And then she'll say, like, look over me and be like, why isn't it fucking searching? And then that goes in the bar. Or, like, she'll say something like when she's typing something out, and she'll be like, she'll do the same thing. Like, if she's texting someone, I'm like, Mom, do not send that. Because you're about to send that. You're about to say, why isn't it not stopping? And they're going to be like, what? What did I just chat about? I don't know. We were just talking about holidays, and I don't know. We're just kind of all over the place currently. Well, we were actually just talking about Tinder takeover, but I just am too scared to do that, I think. Hi Malik, what's up? What's going on? But what do you think, Ben? What do you think the best Christmas movie is? I think that the best Christmas movie, yesterday was Wednesday, you were live. Okay. I go live on Wednesdays. I don't go live on Tuesday and Friday. Unless I don't. I think that's where we're lost in chance. Look how pale my leg is compared to my arm from pickleball. Because sometimes I'll wear long pants at pickleball. Because it's like cold even though the sun's out. Sorry, that was like a light flex. Had to. Polar Express. Polar Express is a valid movie. Polar Express is good, but I think it gets a little boring pretty fast. Like halfway through it's boring, maybe. I don't know. Like something romantic, like a romantic Christmas movie. I think maybe A Christmas Story. I like that. Christmas Story is a classic. My family always watches it, and it's just funny, I guess. I don't know. You think I know that by now? You know, sometimes I will like wake up and because like I like to wake up and like mentally plan my day. So I'm like, so if it's a day that I go live, I'm like, all right, I need to be done editing by this time, or be done filming by this time, whatever, or showered by this time, whatever by this time. And then like I'll wake up and I'll go to the gym and I'm driving home and I'm like, wait, what is going on? I'm like, what is today? But there'll be times where it's Friday or not Tuesday, because Tuesday, since I just go to trivia every Tuesday, that's just like habit. So like anytime I'm at trivia, I know that it's a Tuesday. But sometimes on Fridays, I'll be doing something like at like 8:30, and I'm like, wait, am I supposed to? Like I'll be at like the movies or something, or like I'll be like out at the mall with my family or something, out to eat, whatever, and I'm like, wait, am I like I'm supposed to be going live right now. And then I'm like, wait, it's Friday. I don't go live. Would I ever shave my head to do something bold and different? I think that it would be interesting to shave my head. I think that's like that would be an interesting experience to have, because like you only live once, hair grows back. But I don't know if I'm ready to do that yet. I feel like I would at some point in my life. It'd be cool to experience. I need to figure out what the rule is with donating your hair with layers, because I want to get layers in my hair. Like I want to like frame all this, because this is all just literally one length. So I want to figure out, I might go and just get my split ends, like my dead ends, whatever, cut off. And then ask them about if they know about layers and donating hair, and then I'll be like, okay, can I get layers? But I'm just afraid I won't like it, but I think I will. I think I need layers. Random, but I found no, I'm sorry. Tell Ethan that I'm sorry, and I hope that he's okay and things will be okay. Whenever you get in like breakups, no matter what age, I feel like you always think it's the end of the world, or like that's it, And I'm not saying, I don't know if I don't want to speak for him, but then like a few months later, you're like, damn, the world really moves on, Not like life goes on, And even like years later, you're like, damn, like I was really that like. I don't know. Sometimes I look back at myself getting upset at certain things. I'm like, but obviously you can't like recognize that in the moment. You know what I mean? Like it's your emotions. You can't invalidate that. But I hope he is coping, holding up. I don't know. Let it out. Sometimes you just gotta cry. I'm trying to think. I remember whenever, again, I was in 10th grade, I was so dramatic whenever I got broken up with, but it was like an internal dramatic. Like I feel like whenever I was at school, I walked in and someone gave me a hug, and that's just the worst thing. I hate that. It's sort of like when people say like, what's wrong? It's like, don't. It's like, or like people say like, are you okay? It's like, stop. Like the best thing for you to do is not acknowledge why I'm upset. You know what I mean? And like, I understand they have good intentions, but and then like even sometimes, like I said, someone just hugged me. I'm like, stop. Like yesterday I was stressed about my interview. My mom hugged me and I'm like, stop. Stop. That makes it worse. Told him to chill. Oh my gosh. No, I think definitely keep checking up on him. You know, like I was saying yesterday, even people that don't, even everyone, you have to check up on everyone, okay? Even if people seem like they're okay, obviously don't be, like, you don't have to do it, like, every 2 hours, like, hey, on, like, everyone, you know? But it's always nice to check up on people and make sure everyone's holding up. But yeah, definitely keep checking up. Sorry, I didn't look up. Agreed, Polar Express is boring. It's also scary. What? Polar Express is scary? Ever on a regular watch? No. I wasn't really a watch person, even whenever I got this. I was afraid I wouldn't wear it, and now I wear it all the time. But yeah, like I said, tell Ethan I know things will get well soon. Things will get well soon. Things always turn around. There always has to be rainy days for there to be a rainbow, okay? And it's true, because you just have to have bad days to know what good days are like. It's true. It's true. The Driver Era once said that, and it's true. I have the face for a shaved head. I think that is quite the opposite. I think I have a large face, and I would look insane. That's why I need, like, long hair, because if I have short hair, I feel like it is raging even more. I would describe myself as the funniest person ever, the prettiest person ever, and the smartest person ever, I think. Ever. Like, seriously, ever. That's how I describe myself. But that's also, like, that's facts. It's not an opinion. My shiny teeth and me. My teeth look more white whenever I'm on live. I think it's because of those lights, but I just don't know. My shiny teeth that sparkle. Okay, yeah. That's how I describe myself, I think. And that's all I gotta say. State, really? But, like, how long is that gonna take? You know? I feel like anytime anyone's trying to vote on anything, like, you hear stuff like, oh, like, they're voting for this to happen, and then, like, it does not happen until years later. Or, like, the vote doesn't even happen until years later. You know? Like, whenever I was going to the dispensary and they were like taking people's signatures. It was like, because to get something on the ballot, you have to have so many people back it up to say they would vote for it if it was on the ballot. So they were like taking signatures to legalize marijuana. And I said that so right. I was like, to legalize it. And I was like, oh, like, awesome, like, it's going to be on the ballot this year. No, in 2024, I think. That's what they were signing for. That's what they were getting signatures for. And that's not even guaranteed. I think I saw somewhere that it is going to be on the ballot in Florida, but I don't know. Vote on it next year. But, like, do you think they did that because, like, people started moving to Puerto Rico? Like, I feel like a bunch of rich people started moving to Puerto Rico. So, like, I think that, like, do you think that has anything to do with it? They're like, because, like, remember, like, there was a point, like, all these influencers started moving to, like, out of California and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really, like, I don't follow, I follow stuff, like, halfway. Like, I'll see, like, influencers moving to Florida. And then, like, that's it. I, like, don't follow it up. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, they moved. And then, like, there'll be, like, this whole drama. It's, like, it's for this political I'm like, I just thought they were tired of California. That's probably one of them. Yeah, I feel like, because I know Logan Paul moved there, which, speaking of Logan Paul, I don't know if you guys saw it on TikTok. I posted, I saw a post, about because I watched the podcast yesterday, and I don't know whenever it was uploaded, but it's starting to go viral on TikTok now about George Janko. He's one of the co-hosts on Impulsive, and Logan were talking about religion. And if you guys don't know George, he's like super religious, and I feel like he is in a super respectful way, and that's coming from me. And I've said before, like, I don't like getting into debates over religion or anything like that. I think that's like, respect everyone. I've said myself, I don't really know what I believe in, so I can't really say one or the other. But they were talking about it on Impulsive, and Logan was being a bit ignorant to George, and was sort of saying to him like,
yeah.
Hello, what's up? What's going on? How are you? He was asking him because Logan said this. He was like, I like to look at things with logic and science-based evidence, and that's totally fine. Like, I feel like the first, I don't remember exactly how it went verbatim, but like that's a healthy debate, being like, well, I believe in things that are science-based or science-backed, or like there's evidence. And so Logan was like saying, well, how do you know yours is, how do you know your religion's right? And George was like, because it's the one that I think mine's right, because that's the one I believe in, But he was just being so ignorant about it. And to give more recognition, like, to get more stuff done there, or what? Because societies eventually last longer than if the states started leaving. Oh, so you're saying that like they're trying to add states before states start leaving, so it is sort of like putting another nail in there, like, we now have 51 states, I think that's sort of what you're saying. They're trying to fix something that's slowly starting to fall apart by just adding another state. That's crazy though, that like, I would just think that like maybe like Puerto Rico votes on it first, or like at the same time maybe, I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe, I guess it makes sense, because it's like, hey, like, do you want to become a state? And they're like, no. And then it's like, okay. But then does that like start beef? Does that start some sort of beef? That would kind of scare me. I feel like it would. I feel like it definitely would start some sort of beef that we just don't want. That we just don't want. You may say I'm a dreamer. But it could be show the house. Oh, true. Hold on, I need to pause. I just really don't know how to pause this live real quick. I don't know how to pause this, so I'm just gonna swipe out. Okay, what the hell? My computer is so like not in sync with my phone. Sorry, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, like, I don't know if it's really, but it could. I think, yeah, I think it's just sort of like trying to be like, look guys, like we're still like the United States, like here's another state, I don't know. Who's George? Yeah, so back to the Impulsive thing. So, George Janko. I personally love George. He is so funny, and like I've said, and if you're usually here watching, I've said before, I'm not really a religious person. It's nothing against any religion at all. It's just I've never looked in enough to one that I don't know. I've just never looked into any sort of religion and felt that it aligned with my beliefs or anything. I don't know. But I still love learning about all types of religion. Like, I took world religions in high school, and it was so interesting. And there was things that, like, you learn in each religion, you're like, oh, like, that makes sense. So it's pretty cool. And that was a pretty cool class to take. Anyways, he's on Impulsive. He's one of the co-hosts. And I don't want to say always talks about religion, but sometimes he will, like, tie stuff back into religion because that's sort of his branding. And they've, like, sort of established that on the podcast where it's like, and it's not all the time. Let me just add that. It's not, like, every single thing, but, like, it's when it makes sense. So say, like, if they have a guest on and they're saying, like, maybe they were or are going through a tough time, and he's like, have you ever thought about looking towards religion? And he doesn't even press, like, any sort of, like, a specific religion on him, but he's just like, have you ever tried turning towards God? And, he'll, like, say some insightful stuff about it, and I'm interested in, I listen, I'm like, okay, like, I'm hearing him out. And he's so funny, by the way. He is just so believing what they want to believe, and they'll interpret evidence with bias to support. Yeah. And, like, so here's the thing. So they were going back and forth because Logan says, and I get, like, that this is his opinion is totally valid, but it's just the way that he was approaching it and being sort of demeaning towards George. So he was saying, like, that he wants science proof evidence. He wants, like, science evidence that there is a higher power or whatever. Like, that's his way of believing. It's like, once, I'll believe it when I see it type thing. Totally fine. But then, how did they even start talking about it? I don't know. But he was saying something, like, they were debating about it because George started saying, like, you sort of disrespect me and my religion sometimes. Like, sometimes you'll make comments that makes me feel bad, because he'll, like, say stuff like, because Logan doesn't believe in it, so he'll make comments. And throughout the podcast, he would say stuff like, well, who's right? That's one of the things he said. He said, which religion is right? And George was like, well, I believe my religion is right. Just like you said, Kenny, like, everyone has their own beliefs. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs. But at the end of the day, we don't know. Like, yeah, like Logan is saying, he wants science evidence. There is no science proof backed evidence that any of these people are right. And if there are, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a genius on this, on anything. So then he was like, well, how do you know, like, have you spoken to other people? And George said, he was like, yeah, I've spoken with rabbis, I've gone to synagogues, and he'll talk with people. And then he was like, but like, who's right? And George was like, I think I am. And that's how religion works. That's how religion works. And he said something, this is what really upset me, is George said, a lot of people that I don't like, or a lot of people that don't like me, people that don't agree, that don't like me as a person, they respect me and my religion more than you do, and you're my best friend. And he was like, Logan seems, I mean, he didn't apologize. He wasn't like, I'm sorry I've ever, said anything or made you feel the way. He was just, I don't remember exactly what he said after that, but I just know he never really apologized to him. And I think the reason why they started talking about it either recently, like they said it was a topic off of the podcast and they brought it up today, is because Logan said that he needed to go to therapy because his, him turning to God wasn't doing enough or something like that. And he was like, you're basically saying that I just need, like, I don't know. I forget word for word, so I don't know. I know there's a bunch of clips on TikTok of it. And it was just really weird because he was like, you need emotional intelligence. And George, he was like, you need to grow your emotional intelligence. And it just felt really weird because it felt like I shouldn't have been watching. You know what I mean? Like, whenever you're watching, like, something on the internet and you're like, this shouldn't be posted. Like, I feel like this should have been cut out. And he was just like, you need to grow your emotional intelligence. And George was like, how? And he was like, what makes you think that? And he was like, a few weeks ago, and again, this was another thing that went viral. He was like, Bobby Lee was sitting right beside you, and he made a joke, and you walked out. And then George was like, you literally said to me that if something ever upset me, to walk off because it's good for content. So that's sort of another thing that was like, it's giving Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Right. And like a lot of the time though, like George, like they were talking, and sometimes there'll be times on the podcast where like they don't let one person talk, and usually it'll end up being George, or like they'll maybe sometimes interrupt the guests and people get mad about it. I feel like they were letting George talk, but Logan wasn't listening. You know what I mean? Like he was just it was just the same thing. Like George would say, well, it's just what I believe in. That's, I believe this happens. And then Logan would be like, well, who decides who goes to heaven? Or like, what makes you be able to go to heaven or not? And George was like, well, he was like, I only know certain stuff from scriptures. I don't know exactly who. And he would like keep asking, and George was like, and I vividly remember, I was like, oh my god, like George has repeated this like 3 times already. He was like, I literally don't know he was like, I don't know. And it was just really weird. It was just a really weird thing to argue about, because it's like, or sort of have a disagreement about, because it's like, I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I've never seen someone argue over that. I feel like it's sort of just like, I don't know. It's just the way he was talking and was very demeaning and like looking down on him. And another thing he said, I keep forgetting certain things. He made some sort of comment that was like, your church does not like, I think that's how he said it. It's like, your church does not like gay people. Like, they're homophobic. And George was like, well, I'm not. And Logan was like, well, I'm not saying you are. But the way he was saying it was a little bit like, it was sort of implying, well, your religion doesn't support gay people, so you don't. And I know not a lot of people, I don't even know a lot of people, but there are a few friends of mine that are super religious, and maybe the church they go to doesn't support certain social things that are relevant in today's world, and they make it clear that they support certain things that their church preaches, but not everything. So that was something that was brought up a lot as well, is he kept saying something like, well, your religion doesn't like gay people, like they don't support gay people. And he was like, I've never said that. He was like, I've never said anything about me. He was like, that has like, so I don't know. It was just this whole thing. Not this whole thing, because the podcast went on. But the thing is like, it was just weird. Like I said, it was just weird. And I feel like there have been a few times on there that like, it does seem like sort of like George is getting ganged up on, or like not treated as fairly, and I feel bad. Like, Mans is just trying to express himself, and I don't know. Oh, and he was like, and there was this one clip that I saw, and he said something like, you have to tiptoe around religion, or like something about like being respectful, so you have to tiptoe around it. And Logan was like, well, I'm not going to. And it's like, what? I don't know. And not all my friends are the same religion. They have their own religions they believe in, and I am not, like, I've never felt the need to just be like, well, are you right? Are you the one that's right? Like, I feel like that's what just was most mind-blowing about it, is that Logan was randomly like, well, are you right? Is yours the right one? And he was like, well, I mean, at least I think, like, I don't know. It's sort of like, we live in a society. How long have we been living in a world where there's how many religions nowadays? And it's like, also mostly with like how many people are, I don't know exactly what agnostic is. Agnostic like you believe in a higher power but not God? I don't know exactly what agnostic. I think atheist is you don't believe in anything. But I think agnostic is like you believe in some sort of higher power. Just either not sure what or down into because they always right, and like on the things you agree on. Right, and like there's and I mean like but it just sort of the thing that how you're saying like they break down a lot into a bunch of different ones is because they don't agree on certain things. But sometimes it's sort of like you expect everyone, not everyone, but how many people of a certain religion to agree on the exact same thing, mostly in today's age, because we all live in different parts of the world or we all live different lives. So it's like there's no way for anyone to agree on like so that's why it's sort of just like oh, I believe like I think that reincarnation is a possibility. But I don't know anything like I don't know I don't think about I think that's a possibility, but I don't know about any like anything else. Does that make sense? It's like well, if you believe in reincarnation, you have to believe in all these other things. You know? That's how it feels sometimes. You don't know or don't care. Yeah, I feel like I'm agnostic in the fact of I don't know. Not that I don't care. Like, I feel like it's interesting. And like I said, I love hearing people out. I love hearing people talk about their religion and what they believe in. And like I said, there'll be certain things that I pick out. I'm like, oh yeah, that does make sense. Like from each, maybe from each, but I just don't know. I don't, and sometimes I feel like it's too complex, maybe just for my mind, or even like the human mind to understand sometimes, because like, it's so complex that like there's so many different beliefs out there, there's so many different possibilities. And what's kind of the craziest thing of it all is just what are the chances that like none of us are right? You know what I mean? That would be kind of crazy, that just none of us are right and everyone's arguing over who's right and who's wrong and like, which one should I believe in, and then it turns out it's none of them. It's no one, But, yeah, I don't know. I believe that there may, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I just feel like it was really weird to watch him be like, well, are you right? Or like, are you... Like, he was just really weird about it. And I was just like, it's just really, like, why are you attacking your friend? Mostly, like, randomly. Like, why do you, like, I don't know. If I had I do have super religious friends. And I don't ever think about just randomly being like, are you right? Are you the right one? Like, are you, or, or how do you know? Because I don't know. Arguing how other people should live theirs. Right? And that's another thing, is like, how is someone practicing any religion affect, like, in their situation? Like, I don't think George ever does anything that could be like, hey, can you stop practicing? I think it was just a really weird alpha move of him being like, well, you need science, you need evidence, and you don't have any evidence. I think that was him being like, well, you don't have any evidence, so you're wrong if there's no evidence. Yeah, and that's why, like I was saying, whenever George talks about it on the podcast, I think he does it in a really respectable way and a really balanced way where he's like, have you considered this? And if the person's like, no, or like, respectful back to him, then it's, there's just an equal respect where it's just like, even if sometimes people will be like, and I feel like I am just sometimes caught up in day-to-day life that I never really get to sit back and think about it. It's just like, no, I've never really thought about that. And, he'll maybe talk a little bit more about it. And then it's, just it's a respectful conversation. I don't know. I just never really thought that people, I think that's what also was sort of like, what? It's because I never really thought people argued over that. Like, I've never seen that happen. You know what I mean? Like, you would, like, hear about it, or, like, maybe, there'll be things taken to extreme levels where there'll be, like, hate crimes and stuff like that. But I've never seen two people, like, just sit and argue about it. My throat. Ouch. You know what I mean? Like, two grown adults just sitting there arguing about that. It's like, just let him believe in what he wants to believe in. Why is it bothering you? Why does it bother you? But I thought it was funny because after Logan said he needed to level up his emotional intelligence, George was like, well, I think I'm the most emotionally intelligent in this room. And then, like, it was just funny after that because it was like, damn, he owned him. He owned him. I don't know. There's something to listen to if you're bored. I know they put, like, chapters on their podcast, so you could, like, go and it'll see, like, there'll be 2 chapters because they got into it twice. And, like, it was weird, and I'm curious to see as to maybe, like, next time they upload an episode, because I think they pre-film, most people pre-film episodes, but what they'll say about it. There's also a lot of things going on because the way that their podcast is set up is like Mike, Logan, and then the guest, and then George. So sometimes the guest will like look towards Logan and Mike and like kind of just like shut off George. So people keep saying like, hey, like why don't you guys switch up like the seating arrangement, or like maybe put Logan on that side because like he's the main host. And then they just, like, never do. So, I don't know. That podcast is, like, I feel like there's, I don't know, I enjoy listening, but I hope that they figure themselves out. Partially do, right. No, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen it on a, like, I'm not going to say respectful because I don't think it was respectful, but on a level of just like, this isn't going to escalate to something that will be, scary hate crime situation. But it's also like, all right, guys, like, let's just, realize this is a silly thing to be going back and forth about. Like, just respect each other. But I think George, I don't know, I thought George was being super respectful. He always is. Like I said, I love George. At the end of the day, I love George. But yeah, like I said, I guess it's better that they were just arguing. But yeah, I saw a lot of people were not happy with Logan and, all that. Whenever I see stuff on the podcast that, like, I'm like, ooh, like, that was kind of a hot take, or, like, oh, that didn't, like, I don't really agree with that. I, like, wonder, like, oh, will this, like, blow up on, will this be, like, a takeoff, like, cancel moment? But it never really is, so I was sort of surprised that this went beyond YouTube comments. And the comments kind of spoiled it for me, because I was, like, looking at the comments, and like, all of it was about Logan and George. And I was like, whoa, what happened? And it was sort of spoiled. I don't like when... I was like, oh, I just was told ahead of time. what happens. I'm trying to see if I see anything on Twitter about it. I don't think I do. But I also think I just... Hold on. Let's see.
Because I'll be honest with you, bro.
Whoa. Do not play out loud. I don't know how to, like, not get this to play out loud. What does he say? Oh. Yeah. He said something about, like... Oh, so, okay, I don't know if I can show it, because I've shown clips of things on here before, and it'll say, like, YouTube's like, oh, you can't show that. But he nodded. Whenever he said, I have people that hate me, that treat me better than you, he nodded. You have to look up the clips, because I said, I'm fucking scared that I show this, and I probably shouldn't be scared, but I am. So... Oh, this is what he said. So, George said, you told me I need to go to a therapist because I believe in Jesus. And Logan said, I just am definitely questioning why we have to perpetrate a belief that is effing silly. I think it's a silly practice to engage in. I think, oh my God, I forgot he was saying stuff that intense. He said, I think it's a practice. He said, I think it deserves satire. Because he said a joke, like, he said he was just making jokes about God and stuff, and Mike was like, hey, like, you know, maybe don't do that, and he goes, I think it deserves satire. I kind of forgot he said that. That was kind of intense. Wow, like, he said it's a silly practice? What? Sorry, I must have not been paying that close attention, because I was also working out, so, Hey, Socks. She's meowing. She's disagreeing. She said I disagree with Logan. But the thing is I don't want to say there's a time and a place, but they were having a discussion that was serious, and Logan was, like, sometimes putting stuff in there that was, like, he was, like, saying stuff that was, like, okay, listen, like, not right now. You know? Like, not, why say that? You know? Like, they said, I don't know what he was saying, wait, oh, it was just someone saying a fat L for the podcast. That's kind of crazy. Like, imagine someone saying to you, like, you treat me worse than people that hate me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it could have been, and they've had discussions like that. Hold on, Socks wants out, and I just don't want to hear her meowing, and I don't want to torture her in here. She don't want to be in here. Sorry, that door is, like, impossible to close. I think, yeah, they've had healthy debates on there, even with other guests and other people, and it's just like why? Like, he literally said, you are my friend and you treat me terribly about my religion. People that hate me treat me better than you. And he just nodded, like, yeah. Sorry, but he was just like, yeah, yep. Hello? What? Okay, I messed up here. I tried, okay. But yeah, I don't know. I can't see anymore because everything else is, like, sort of the same clip. Out of love. But no, but there was no, like, Logan was just saying, like, you're like, it's not real. He was saying like, it's not real, and you devoting a lot of your time to it is silly. Like, that's what it, like, I don't know. But yeah, someone said I'm proud that George kept a level head. Yeah, I would not, I don't know. But that's also just because I have such a bad temper. I have such a bad temper that I feel like I would, be like, man, I would start crying, I think. I would start crying. Yeah, and like, this is just another tweet. It says, use the homosexuality card to hide behind it. Like, I know so many people like, a lot of my friends are religious, and most religions, as far as I know, again, I don't know everything, but as far as I know, a majority of religions don't believe in being gay. Like, they believe that that's a sin. But I feel like a lot of people that are just that are in modern society are like, hey, we recognize we don't follow that, you know? It's bad to say something mean. No, okay. I just think it was just him, like, it was him being, like, it's his friend. Imagine, like, your friend being like, well, what you believe in is super silly, and they're not even, like, being, like, funny about it. They're like, what you believe in is silly, waste of time, and how do you even know it's real? You know, most of something is, like, serious as religion. I'm trying to see if there's other clips without.
I'll be honest with you.
Don't play it loud. Logan, please don't grab me. Oh wait, so this says, he says, I'll be honest with you. He says, I'll be honest with you, Jesus fucks. And then George says, like Logan said that. And then George said, you bashing me in front of a group of people for my beliefs. Sorry, this is not right. Oh, so he must have said something. There must have been some incident that he, like, might have embarrassed him in front of a bunch of people. Watch more Kung Fu Panda. Find the power
We pick on each other.
Stop! How do I mute Twitter? If I get freaking attacked for seconds, I think I'm gonna sob. I don't know, just listen to it. I basically described everything else. Damn. And it's funny because the entire title of the episode is Logan Paul praises Andrew Tate, slams Liver King for lying, which I thought, like, are we surprised Liver King lied? Anyways. Warns Patty the Baddie, which I don't even know who that is. But that's crazy. Like, I think it's so funny whenever, like, some people upload a video and they, it is not, like, the takeaway from the episode is nothing that's in the clickbait title, you know? That's what's kind of, that's what's kind of funny about it. I don't know. Oh wait, Andrew Tate's back on Twitter? Damn, I didn't know that. Because he was replying to Logan and obviously, like, starting more beef. Master Shifu? I don't think he's Master Shifu. I think he's... I don't know. I don't know, but at the end of the day, is it that hard? Like, at the end of the day, truly, is it that hard to be respectful to people about their religion? I have never, like, any of my friends, again, like, this is one of his best friends. Like, they hang out so much. They always travel together. They're always together. Whatever. I have never thought to bash my friend's religion. I've never thought to bash anyone's religion, let alone a friend's. Like, truly, at the end of the day, why can't you just have a civil discussion that's like, then William and George. Oh, I see. Okay. I see your point. I was like, I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda in forever. I need to rewatch it. I have a question. Okay. Damn. I'm interested to see what they'll say about all this. I'm interested to see what they will say about all this. Oh yeah, and then the whole time Mike was sort of mediating it, but wasn't really saying much. And someone was like, one of these tweets says, the thumbnail should say, Logan ignoring everything George says and shows his true colors. And then, come on, Mike, make sure Logan claims and takes this L. Damn. That's crazy. And I feel like he's not going to apologize to George. I feel like there's been times on the podcast where something has happened and they're like, hey, like, you sort of should apologize to George. And they're like, oh, well, we all know it's out of love. No, I don't know. I don't know about that one. But I watched some podcasts, not all of them, because I'm not, like, that interested in, like, I just wasn't that interested. But I was more so just interested in the fact of how Liver King got exposed for taking steroids or doing steroids. I don't know what the correct verbiage is of that. But, and people, I don't know. I feel like you can easily look at him and, like, tell that there's no way. Is obviously Home Alone. I think that Home Alone isn't a Christmas movie. I think it's a movie you watch during Christmas times and holiday times, but it's not like, I don't think it's a Christmas movie because the only thing mentioned about Christmas is that the parents leave for Christmas. That's like literally the only thing ever mentioned. They're like, okay, we're leaving. Goodbye. I like A Christmas Story. That's my favorite. Or Rudolph. What's wrong with me? Man, what's wrong with you? Go outside and touch some grass. Breathe some air. Touch the grass. Maybe eat the grass. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Well, fuck. I mean, I know, I'm the same way. I've always associated it as a Christmas movie, but up until this year, when someone mentioned Die Hard, I've never seen Die Hard, but they're like, it only takes place during Christmas. And my mom said, like, Home Alone. And I was like, I never thought about that. Like, Home Alone is a really good movie, and I agree in the sense of I would only watch it in the November, December time. But I just think, like, I don't know why. I don't know. Because if you think about it, like, for example, A Christmas Story. It's a Christmas, like, it's all, like, it's revolved around Christmas. He wants this for Christmas. They go to it's this whole thing, you know, Christmas vibes. Home Alone, they're literally just like, oh, we're going to Paris for Christmas, goodbye. And that's it, you know. Rudolph. He's one of Wait, I had like a tier list pulled up, and I was thinking about doing it, but then I realized I haven't seen most of these movies, so it would literally be like a very empty list. Like, it would mostly be... Okay, but also, do you guys consider Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas? Because I used to consider that Christmas, and now that we're on the topic of like Home Alone not being Christmas like that, I think that Alvin is sort of the same thing. It just happens to take place around Christmas. Happens to take place around Christmas. Because they're like, Christmas, Christmas time is near. I like the Grinch. The Grinch is good. I haven't seen the Jim Carrey one in forever. The cartoon one made me cry.
Yeah.
We watched it 2 years ago and I cried. Hi, hello, hello, hello. What's up, what's up? What's going on? How are you? But the Grinch will make me cry. And what else is on here? Frosty. Frosty's good. Frosty's I feel like Frosty's in like a whole movie though. Or Frosty? No, I disagree. It's not a Christmas movie because it's not revolved around Christmas. It's not revolved around Christmas. That's like saying, like, if a song says Christmas once, if they're like, da na 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 na, like Christmas, and then that's like saying it's like a Christmas song because they mentioned Christmas once. You know? I just don't remember. I feel like I've seen each Grinch like once. The cartoon, the most recent cartoon one made me cry. But yeah, I think for it to be a Christmas movie, it has to be entire scripts. That's my definition of a Christmas movie. Like, what else is on here? A Christmas Carol, like that's a Christmas movie. Christmas Story, went over that. Elf is a Christmas movie. I forget. Alvin and the Chipmunks, I think they just like, he happened to find the Chipmunks around the time of Christmas. So they wrote a Christmas song. Like, it was just around the holiday. It's the same thing, it was around the holiday. So Alvin and the Chipmunks is not, I used to consider it one, but it's not. Jack Frost kind of scares me. Like, I don't know, just the way it looks, like the snowman. Why is Iron Man 3 on here? I haven't even seen it, but I'm assuming it's the same thing, just takes place around Christmas? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Kind of odd. Why is that one guy always playing Santa Claus? Who is it? Who am I thinking of? I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. This one guy's always playing Santa Claus and is always in Christmas movies. Maybe. I need to rewatch it. Wait, where can I watch Alvin and the Chipmunks? Because that's a banger movie. Alvin and hopefully it's on Disney Plus. I don't know who owns him though. Christmas, Christmas time is near. Time for joy and time for cheer. We've been good, so hurry fast. Okay, where can I watch? It's not giving me answers here. Oh, HBO. Okay, and Disney Plus. Oh my god, slay. Justin Long, the guy that was in Barbarian, effing played Alvin. That's so funny. And Matthew Gray Gubler is Simon. That's kind of iconic. First one was pretty good. All of them were somehow bangers. All of them were so much bangers because, okay, well, I'll say Alvin and the Chipmunks, first one, banger. Easy. Squeakquel, that's when they That's when they met the Chipettes. That was a banger. You can't, like, that was an awesome spin-off. That was an awesome continuation because it was tasteful. It wasn't like the Chipmunks and Chipettes were overpowered. It was a good sequel. By the way, I loved Alvin and the Chipmunks, so I'm a defender to the core. Chipwrecked, I'll say, was okay. Not that memorable, though. That's definitely milking it, but I think it was good for the hardcore fans. Like, I enjoyed it. And I'll admit, I did not see Road Chip. I have not seen Road Chip. I honestly thought when they were advertising Road Chip, it was fake. Like, I thought it was someone just doing some spin-off of, like, someone else doing it, and I wouldn't have liked that. But I can watch it on Disney+. So I will be watching and letting you guys know. Because Abe's and I were talking about watching a movie, and I'm going to suggest Alvin and the Chipmunks. Because, man... And it's also because the soundtrack is banger. Like, all the songs on there are golden. Like, all the songs they cover. When I was little, I would literally search up, like, any song and then do, like, Chipmunk version. And, like, I would eat that shit up. Little did I know, they were just, like, putting the song in fucking iMovie and speeding it up. Or just pitching it. Not even speed. Like, they were doing such basic... Like, they were getting views off me. For real. I'm going to end the TikTok live real quick. Because I'm going to look this up. And I feel like me looking up on my computer has not been giving me luck because shit plays out loud. I just want to look up, like, Chipmunk version and just see what comes up. Because I just know I used to eat it up. Eat it up, eat it up, eat it up, eat it up. Some sort of band with chipmunk voices, really? Well, in 1958, I mean, that is, like, believable because the chipmunks were around when my brothers were growing up, or at least Matt, I think. Like, baby chipmunk version, 11 years ago, 571,000 views. This is 1 year ago. NLE Choppa Beatbox First Day Out Chipmunk version. 1.4 million views. Like, they are still doing it. That's so crazy. That people are just still doing chipmunk versions. But I guess the chipmunk version isn't copyrighted because it just sped up. It was a thing before the movie. I didn't know either. I didn't know they were based off anything. I also didn't, like, realize, it's, like, crazy whenever you're watching it as a kid. Imagine being the guy that played Dave Seville. Like, you're acting alone in 90%. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, you're usually never acting with another adult. Like, all the adults that were acting in that movie were only interacting with just the chipmunks and, like, not each other. You know? So, like, you're standing there acting in front of people like, yeah, I know, well, you gotta get yourself together. And then, like, you stand there and you're like... Or, like, whenever they're filming the living room, they just have to film the living room and, like, them sitting there. I don't know. I just, like, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm surprised. Chipmunk tunes on YouTube. There's also chipmunk music covers. I'm trying to find... Oh, wait. Oh, my God. But, like, imagine having to do that, though. That's, like, serious acting skills, because I feel like I would be able to if maybe one person was also there with me, you know, and we're all, like, interacting. But if it's just me and it's, like, I would break easily, I think. Or do you think like someone will stand there and read off what the chipmunk is supposed to say? You think? You think, question mark? Or do you actually think the person will just stand there in silence? Like everyone just sits there, it's like quiet. Have you guys ever realized that or like noticed, and I've noticed this twice, I noticed it in Friends and in All American the other day, that like, if someone's talking, if like, I'm looking forward at you, okay? Say the camera's on me talking to you, but then like the camera has to catch you over my shoulder talking. Obviously the cameras can't film at the same time because they overlap. But like that's also something crazy to think about. I never realized that like they're filming they film at 2 different times. Because there'll be times like that the voice doesn't sync with how they act. Hold on. I filmed it on Friends and I had it on Snapchat. 1883? Pinocchio in 1883? That's crazy. I knew that a lot of Disney movies, mostly early ones, are based off like older things, but I didn't realize that that old. I'm trying to find it. Is this it? No. I just have filmed so many different things. Did I even save it? I don't know. Ross was talking and it did not align with. Oh, here. Look. And then as everyone's laughing, he says it's not my fault again. Like he keeps talking. Like they do stuff like that, like they cut and like you look at the person and like their like body language isn't aligning. I don't know. Am I making any sense? I don't know. Usually the voice doesn't sync up with video due to some conversion issues. No. I mean, maybe, but I thought it was just that, like, they had to film with it, like, so, but now my question is how do they film those type of scenes and not catch the camera? And not catch the camera like that, Because I was like, okay, that answers my question. Like, they don't film at the same time, they film it twice. But I guess not. I guess I lied. Ouch, my back! Oh my gosh. Yesterday, so off topic for a second. Yesterday, I did these activation exercises. Like, you're supposed to do activation. It's like a warm-up. You're supposed to do activation exercises so, your muscles are ready to go before you're, like, lifting heavy and all that. So I did some of that before yesterday's glute day. And also on top of me because I didn't go to the gym at all last week because I woke up and played pickleball every day with Matt and Sarah. And my butt hurts so bad today. Like, I woke up and I immediately, like, moved my leg and was like, ouch, bro. So if I don't have a dump truck tomorrow, I'm going to be a little upset. Well, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Just kidding. But I don't know. Butt was sore today, and it still is sore. It hurts. It hurts. My soul. Why was it silent? And everything else. Guys, yesterday I had 2,000 emails. 2,200 emails. I went through and deleted them all. They were all, like, promo stuff, whatever. But, like, dude. That's so many emails. Ouch. Video isn't really one signal. It sends both light and sound. Right, so I'm assuming you're just saying they can't line it up properly sometimes, which is fine. But I don't know, okay? How are they filming? How are they getting the two different angles? Is that what I need to look up next? I'll look that up right now. Here we go. Work! How do they film conversations on TV? Let's see what it says. This is giving me film making tips, and I don't want that. Okay, this is what someone says. I've tried to piece it together myself. My idea is that there is only one camera, and the two characters go through the whole conversation while the camera is only showing one person and the back of one person. Then the camera switches places and does the same thing with the other character. I agree. Then from there, the audio would be edited in from the character who is not facing the camera. Then that would explain why sometimes the character's actions don't always match up, right? Example 1, I was watching a show and 3 ladies are having a conversation. Lady 1 said her line and lifted her wine glass to her lips. The camera then pointed to the other 2 ladies, but Lady 1 had already put her wine glass down. So that means it was filmed more than once, right? Here's another example of them editing the audio. I was watching another show and the 2 characters talking. The camera was positioned so you could mainly see characters 1 reaction while character 2 talked. This wasn't the exact scene that I was referring to, but similar. The girl character 1, his mouth was moving, but it was not synced up with what he was saying. So what's up with that? So did anyone answer? Okay. Wow, there's a lot to it. It's basically a lot of editing, it seems like. Shooting a scene on a single camera shoot for dialogue-centric scenes, you're correct. Generally, the director and cinematographer will set up the camera for one shot and all or a part of the scene will be recorded both with video and audio, and they will likely run through the scene anywhere from 3 to 100 times depending on the director. Audio is carefully recorded for both or all characters, not only the one on the camera at the time. This is generally done with a combination of something, microphones, body mics, and a boom pole. So, do actors never go in and refilm their lines? I feel like I've heard that. I don't know though. Reposition to another setup and the process will repeat. This will be repeated until the entire scene is completed and maybe anything from 1 shot to 5 or more depending on the number of people in the scene on how complex it is. On a multi-camera shoot, more common on TV, it's often possible to record 2 or more shots at one time, though this can reduce the quality of the frame you are able to get as you have to shoot around the other cameras. This, however, a great way to get your dialogue to match perfectly, provide audio, whatever. As order of shooting, generally directors tend to start wide and move in from there. The beginning of the scene will often be recorded at a wide shot setup. A location, as the conversation intensifies, will generally get closer to the people. Wide, both people are sitting at a counter. Okay, so this is an example. For a scene at the counter in a cafe, possible 1 shot frames include both. This is wide. Refilm if they don't say that line right where they want. Oh, okay. But I'm saying like refilm like the speaking part. Like they don't refilm like the entire scene. Like, they go into, like, a studio. You know what I'm saying? And, like, refilm what they said. Does that make sense? Unless that's what you're referring to, then. That also still makes sense, though. So wide, both people were sitting at the counter from either side of the counter with the rest of the cafe in the view behind them. 2-shot, closer in version of above with more focus more directly on both actors. Close-up, shot only on one character may be dirtied by the shoulder or the head of the other person closer to the camera. Extreme close-up, shot of something small, a hand playing with a cup on the counter. The eyes of the characters, these are usually on screen for a second or two. True. That's like crazy though, to think like how much actually goes into filming. You know what I mean? Like, you think like sometimes, scenes will only take a few, they'll only take, if all the actors get it right. But it's like, yeah, if all the actors get it right, but they have to film each actor doing it. You know what I mean? That's crazy. The errors you've noted are considered continuity. I know what the word is, I just can't say it. Continuity. Errors. There's even a crew member whose entire job is to help reduce these issues, and actors are trained to do their best to precisely repeat their actions in a way that makes them less likely. Unfortunately, this isn't always possible. Editors work to minimize the errors that end up in the finished product, but if there's only a few takes that are considered good enough to use, you're stuck with those errors. Yeah, that's kind of crazy because, like, I wonder how many movies or shows have been altered because they needed a jump cut to something else because something didn't fit right. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes on podcasts, they'll jump cut at a perfect time, so it's a close-up of, certain person, but it's all done usually in the moment. I don't think that's ever done post. I don't know, though. I feel like it just depends on the people, on how precise they are. But I don't know. It's just kind of crazy that you film that so many times. So many times. I don't know, that just got me thinking about, like, I don't know, it's sort of like you kind of actually appreciate, like, it's like, damn, like, I wish they talked about it more. Tony, you joined at the perfect time. We're talking about the camera angles of movies and shows and why sometimes there's like a bit of an error. I was just looking it up as to like why, or like where cameras stand, and it was basically like saying depends on director and whoever, but like, or like what they're shooting, but we were just talking about that. You like Christmas rom-coms? I agree. No, I agree. Not Hallmark movies either. Not Hallmark movies, but they are usually have low budgets and they're just hard to watch. Yeah, I haven't seen Holiday in Love Hard. Hold on, I'm gonna take a picture of that because I need to watch Christmas movies that are good. But I agree, I'm not a big Hallmark Christmas movie watcher. Are insanely talented. Yeah. I like, you don't realize how much goes into writing and just writing and editing and revising all that, because like you could easily write a script right now. Like, I could sit down on my notes app and write down a script, what I think would be the best script ever, and then like imagine handing it to a group of people and being like, all right, read this, and then like you're like, that's not that good. Even if it has famous actors. Yeah, I agree though. And again, like sometimes you don't appreciate good acting until like you see bad acting, you know what I mean? it's like you're so caught up in like the storyline of the show, and I feel like that sort of goes hand in hand where like you sort of aren't like you view that actor as that character. You know what I mean? You're like, oh damn, they're really playing this role, or they really are this person, and like I don't know. Like now it's you sort of start to appreciate it. You're like, wow. But there are like some movies that you'll catch sometimes. It's like they have a big name in it, and it's like, but what is that? But like, that doesn't mean it's good. You know? That doesn't mean it's gonna be good. But also, I feel like some big actors will turn stuff down. You know, they'll be like, okay, well, I have to have some self-recognition, you know? Right. But that's what I was asking. I was asking, like, because there was a lag on Friends and on All American I saw the other day, and it was like, you know, they were talking, whatever, and I saw the character, like, move his shoulders, but his character, like, as if he was talking, like, the way he acts, whatever, and he wasn't talking. Like, his voice was not being played. And I was like, I don't know. That's what we were talking about, basically. But yeah, like, but then I just read on here, it says that they film it 5 to 100 times. Hold on, let me see if there's a different website. A lot of times they'll dub over scenes later. Yeah, that's what also we were just saying. I said, do they always do that? Or, how do you film conversations? This is just Reddit. How do you film conversations? Oh, it says if you pay attention to lighting, which you were just saying, you can get a clue as to whether it's a 1 or 2 camera setup. It can be difficult to light both actors well with the same lighting configuration. So if you see the key light come from a different angle, depending on the view, you'll know if they've spliced the scene from at least 2 different takes. Sounds like it's in a room. Yeah. I like feel bad though. Sometimes whenever like I catch like those 2 slip ups I caught, I'm like, damn, I kind of feel bad. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, they really like worked hard putting this all together. They probably thought like no one's gonna catch on to that, and people do. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. That's what happens. And I feel bad, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do it. Sometimes you just notice. And sometimes you don't, you know? I'm sure there's so many times that I've just not noticed it. I feel like Disney Channel has a lot of them. I don't know why. I don't want to point fingers at Disney Channel, but I just feel like they're the type of people that like stuff's messed up. Yeah, that's how I could tell, because I was watching All American and the camera was on Spencer, like it was like this, I'm Spencer. And then Jordan's shoulder was like right here, and he was like doing something, like the way he was talking, he had already done that. And he was quiet, like his line was over. And he was still like moving like this. And I was like, And then in Friends, I had it on Snapchat because I filmed it, and Ross was like, it's not my fault. And like it was facing him like this, and then it cut to a side view of him. And because it was getting Monica, but it was just catching his face, and you saw him say, "It's not my fault," and then there's a laugh track, and then it cuts to the laugh track to show Monica, her laughing, and then you see Ross going, like you just see him say it again. Are we still talking choice for best Christmas movie? Yeah, I mean we're always talking about that. You know, what's your favorite Christmas movie? What's your favorite Christmas movie? I've been saying mine's Christmas Story, I think. For shows on Disney, it's filmed on one-sided set where only half the room is filled. Right. That's also crazy though, to think about like what, like I sometimes will watch shows and I'm like, is this like, are they actually somewhere? Is this green screened? Is this, what is this? I'm always curious as to what it is, I guess. I don't know. Don't think I've ever seen that. Like, you haven't seen the, like, shoulder movement? You haven't seen stuff like that? Or what? Christmas Vacation, Elf, and Die Hard. You think Die Hard's a Christmas movie? I've said this all night and a few days ago. 2 days ago, maybe? I don't know. Die Hard and Home Alone are not Christmas movies. They just take place on Christmas. If the storyline does not have to do with Christmas, and I love Home Alone. Storyline has nothing to do with Christmas though. Mentions Christmas once. I've never seen Die Hard though, so I don't know. But I'm assuming it's the same as Home Alone. Elf was really good though. Mr. Magoo was in it earlier and he was shitting on Elf. I disagree though. That people think that it is. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I say that Home Alone isn't, so I'm just going to say Die Hard isn't. It's rough. Yeah, sometimes you can really tell. But there's, like, shows like Stranger Things, where it's like, is this a fucking real set or is this fake? Never seen a show use more than one shot. Oh. Yeah, I don't understand, but also maybe like with the way that the laugh track was set up, maybe they didn't have, cause on Friends, I forget if it was always live, I think it was only live for a portion of it, that they would have to rehearse like when to pause for the laugh. And I was listening to some podcast. I really wish I remember who it was. They were talking about how they were filming for a show, and the laugh track was like the director going like, because it was an edited in laugh track, and the director would just go ha ha ha, like the director would just go ha 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 ha, like I think I would not like. That's where you lose me as an actor. I don't know. I think acting is something I would love to take up one day. That would be so awesome. But I would have to do some classes for stuff like that. You should go watch Violent Night. It's really funny and good. Violent Night. Does that have, who plays, who plays Hopper? Is that the main guy? I saw that advertisement. Or not advertisement. I saw that poster. Use the same shot. But I don't know if it was the same shot. Because, like, they could have just been filming it again, but just didn't catch that. I don't know. Like, that's sort of where my question started from. Is, like, was that, like, they maybe had one camera on Ross, and then they had one wide-angle camera, and they just didn't, like you said, poor editing? Or did they film one with just Ross, one with the whole table being shot, and then just, again, sort of not catch that? David Harbour, yes. It's good. Perfect amount of violence and Christmas spirit. I'll have to watch the trailer. and I'll get back to you. I saw on my For You page today, it was really weird because I saw Bryce Hall posted, it was like this long trailer for a movie, and I had heard things about him being in a movie, so I was like, oh, like, is this one of the movies he's in? And I watched the whole thing because I was like, oh, okay, like, intrigued. Same thing with, like, Addison being in a movie. Like, any TikToker in a movie, I'm like, okay, let's see this out. And it was for Babylon. And then, so I go and look at, because it says in theaters near you. And I was like, oh, like, damn, like, this is going in theaters? Like, wow. So then I go and I look up the movie, and it's like, it has, like, Tobey Maguire, fucking Brad Pitt, like, all these people in it. And I'm like, how did he get in a movie with that? Like, nothing against him, but, like, whoa. And then I look at the cast, and he's not on there. And I was like, what did I just watch? I was like, that was like, it was like a shot. Like, it was professionally shot. It was not some skit, you know. And I was like, what the hell? And then I'm thinking that they were probably just, like, working with Paramount, because that's who created the movie. They are working with Paramount to basically post that and then get people tricked like me thinking, oh, like, these TikTokers are going to be in it, and then they go and then it's not. Or they look it up and realize they're not, but they're like, oh, this movie does sound interesting though, so then they go see it. And that's what happened. I'm sort of intrigued to go see it. And, like, their marketing strategy really worked. It really got me. It really got me. I don't know how. Me being like, I don't know how, as if I did not just explain how. But yeah, so whenever I was looking up Babylon, that's whenever I saw Violent Night. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. And I recognized David Harbour. And I love him in Stranger Things, so I thought, why not? Why not? I don't know. I don't really know what my family's plans are for the next few weeks. So, I can't fucking go see a movie. Why am I, like, what? I don't know. I don't know what my plans are. And sometimes I have learned recently that, like, the movie just ends up coming out on HBO or something, like, a few weeks after. So, I just am like, I might just wait till it's, like, posted on whatever. Because I want to go see Puss in Boots, but that is DreamWorks. So, I don't know if that'll be posted anywhere after. I'll be back if you're still alive. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. I don't know how much longer I'll be on. I don't know, because I gotta be up early tomorrow. I have an interview, and I wanna make sure I'm up in time. So I'm super nervy. I'm super, super nervy. My eye also starts to feel like it's getting puffy. So that's great. But I've been trying not to talk about it because I don't want to stress myself out. I don't want to stress myself out about it because I will be fine. Hello? My phone said, would you like to connect to the MacBook? But how's everyone else been? What are your Christmas plans? Do you guys travel? Do you guys go anywhere for Christmas? Do you do you have any specific family traditions? Or I don't know, what's your guys' vibe for Christmas? My family, well, whenever we lived in Pennsylvania, we would have Christmas Eve with just me and my brothers and my parents, and then Christmas Day we would go to extended family, so we'd go to my dad's, my mom's, and then my birth mom's family. But then sometimes it would just be too bad to drive on Christmas because the snow would be terrible. So I don't know the last time, but like we would make sure we'd at least go down for Thanksgiving, I think. I don't know. Actually, Thanksgiving sort of changed. And hang out for a bit. Oh, that's fun. Oh my god, my eye. I'm so sorry. That's fun. Do you guys usually do that, or is that just this year's plan? But last year, I don't know if we hung out on Christmas Eve, but I think we're hanging out on Christmas Eve again and Christmas. But it's just gonna be me and my brothers because we don't have extended family down here. But I was just talking earlier. I love New Year's. I'm so excited for New Year's. I have no plans for anything but I'm excited for New Year's. But I asked out this girl at work and got friend zoned. Wouldn't have worked out since we're coworkers anyways. Everything happens for a reason, and like I said, it's better to say, oh well, than what if, you know? Because I always say whenever you have a crush on someone, and again, I have no room to talk, but whenever you see someone and you're like, I wonder what would happen, you're wasting time sitting around being like, I wonder what happened. And like, fucking look at me with the gym guy. I wasted how much time just being like, all wasted. For what now? For nothing. Nothing was benefited. Nothing came out of it. I got no answers. But I hope you've recovered. Don't let it get to you, okay? Is it someone that was mentioned before? Like, do we know them or we don't know them? Like, what's the vibe of her? What's the vibe of her? What's her vibe? I know her or no? Bow. I don't know. But my family we usually just go on walks and stuff like that on Christmas. I don't know, we just like hang around, chill, play video games. I usually bring my Switch out in the living room and we'll play that. I might download Family Feud. We were watching Family Feud the other day and playing along. I love Family Feud. I think that's my all-time favorite game, and I think it's funny because I had a dream about it the other day. And I know this is like my third time mentioning it, but I just love Family Feud. I want to go on it so bad. A lot of chances this year. Good. I'm proud of you. That's a good accomplishment this year, and I hope you take that energy into next year with you. I would have been okay without doing it, but I'm still, yeah, exactly. A lot of risks you take, you end up thinking like, okay, maybe I shouldn't, and I've had that happen before, but it's like, you just gotta live and learn. You live and you learn, and like, it's like, sometimes it makes for good stories later on in life, because like, right now, you might be like, ooh, that was kind of cringe, but you're gonna look back in a few years and laugh because of how cringe, or like, be like, oh, like, I was so young and naive. You know what I mean? Like, you're only young and alive once. So you just gotta do it. Live while you're young. Ross Lynch once said that. Live while you're young. I wish I could find that video. It's gone forever though, I think. He's like, it's 3 a.m. right now. I've got a lot to say, but I'll save it for later. And he just goes, live while you're young. And it's like cryptic sort of. And it's like, oh. Okay. And haven't dived into a table? Yeah. Because when you do that when you're 40, that might be a little, questionable because, like, you're 40 years old doing that. You have kids. Your kids are there watching and they're friends and it's your kid's birthday party and then you're that dad. I usually have an idea, but now I don't. It's weird. 2023, goals for me in 2023 is to get back organized. I feel like I have, ever since I took my, hold on, I need a drink. My throat is really dry. Sorry, I just felt like I was about to have a coughing attack, but I did not drink. I feel like there was a good time over the summer where I had a good balance of, like, just everything I had on my plate, if I had to, like, do this, do that, go here, go there, whatever. I had a nice balance, and then whenever I started taking my course, it sort of threw everything in for threw a wrench and everything. And then I took my test, and then my family was visiting, so I was hanging out with them. So I'm still sort of getting back into the routine of things, and if I start working at a gym, I want to be able to, like, have a scheduled routine. And, like, another thing is I kind of want to relax my mindset. Is I sort of have this guilty mindset that's, like, if I'm not doing something all the time, I am not, like, I'm not progressing in life. Whether that's, like, say that if I start working at a gym and I work however many hours a day, and then I come home, like, in my mind, it's like, okay, now I need to do all this other stuff. And it's like, I need to realize that, like, I'm allowed to come home some days and just breathe and relax. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. And then I turned 21. That's crazy. Me and Tony and his girlfriend Natalie, we were talking about what I should do for my 21st birthday, because Tony was like, honestly, like, I think he said something like, your vibe isn't like going to clubs and like finding people, like to like finding a guy or whatever. Like, that's not your vibe. And he was like, you're not going to enjoy that. And Natalie was like, we should go to Epcot and just drink around the world. And I was like, I don't really know. And because my dad also wants to go to Epcot, but he doesn't want to go for drink around the world. So I do feel like we could kill two birds with one stone. My dad doesn't have to follow us around. He could go have his day at Epcot and we could do drink around the world. But, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. But we had the idea that we all dress up as our favorite Taylor era. And Natalie said she wants to be the Justice era, which is whenever I was decked out in Justice, the store, mustaches, all that stuff. And then Tony wants to be Lightning McQueen era. He said he wants to get Lightning McQueen stuff. And bangs. I know, I'm old. Hi, Josh. What's up? Yeah, but that's also the thing, though, is, like, I just don't know. It's kind of crazy. I'm just sort of nervous because it's like you have this expectation of your 21st birthday, and I think I'm just really nervous that, like, I don't want to overplay. I don't want to, like, get super excited in my head. And not that, like, my family will, like, I don't want to be like, my family and I won't do anything, but, like, I feel like I might, like, let myself down. I wanted to go on a cruise for my birthday, but no one really did that. We might be going on a cruise in September. I think my parents, okay, well, here's what's really weird. For the way cruises are set up, I think it's literally only 2 people per room, or I don't really know what the setup is, but I would basically have to get my own room, or see if, like, one of my siblings wants to go and then split a room with them, whatever, or just find a friend, whatever, but you get the vibe. I would have to split a room with someone or get a room by myself. I couldn't just, like, sleep on a pull-out couch in my parents' room. But I think they already put money down for it, and I just haven't. So I feel like I'm, like, out of the loop here. I feel like I am... Actually, so my parents just went on a cruise, yes, when? In September-ish. That was the first cruise they've actually been on since my brothers were, like, little. My dad gets really seasick, or really motion sick, so they had never decided, like, they were like, it's not worth it to test again. And then since it's been so, like, they haven't been on since Matt was, like, real little. Like, Matt, I don't want to say he might not have been born, but there's a chance he might not have even been born yet, or was young. And Matt's 12 years older than me, so there's a sort of time reference there. But I guess that's sort of just, their vacations now. We used to vacation a lot. We used to vacation once a year down south, but now we live in the south, so it's like, where to now? But I don't know. I mean, my vacation last year was to Texas, so. And I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't mind, like, going out to Texas or anything like that again next year, because Aves and I were planning when to visit again before she graduates. But yeah, I wish my cameras. These are past selves. I don't think we're gonna do it, but it was a joke. I mean, like if they do it, that'll be kind of funny. I don't think we're gonna do it. But yeah, that would be funny if they did. We were saying about like wearing matching shirts, and Tony was like, no. So then that's when I was like, let's dress up as your favorite Taylor era, cause you know those parties that'll be like I don't know. It's always those videos. It's like I'm so and so is gonna get the most drunk tonight. You know, they do stuff like that, and it's always like some sort of cool costume party. It's like dress up as your favorite, like, and it'll just be some random name, and like I don't know, or it's like rhymes, and like it's like everyone has to like their costumes have to rhyme. I just want to have a party like that so bad. But I even feel like my friends, even if I lived in Pennsylvania still, we're just too unorganized. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things that like it never leaves the group chat. You know. I like now it's time to travel and stuff. I think that's sort of like how my parents are. I don't know, but it's sort of weird because like my dad will be like, we're going here, and if you don't want to go, then we're still going. And it's sort of like, ouch. You know what I mean? Like I'm sort of used to like being naturally invited. You know what I mean? Or like naturally having to go. They're home. It scared me. My God, rascal. Yeah, whenever they went to Florida for Thanksgiving in 2020, I didn't go because I didn't have enough money for a flight. And they were like offended. And I was like, girl, I don't know what to tell. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. So I stayed in Pennsylvania with Matt. Dude, rascal, driving me insane. But yeah, there was just like one point in my high school career that they started like hanging out and like getting friends, and I was like, oh, that's weird. That's not like them. I don't know, but I guess that's the life changes. Baby, I don't understand it. You're changing now. But it's sort of, I know, some things, I know, yeah, it's like annoying because it's like you're trying to, like, mostly if you're like trying to pick a day and then everyone's like, well, I can't this day, and so this day, and then that, like, it's just like, and then you feel bad because everyone can go one day except for one person, and it's like, damn. And then sometimes when you're that one person that's like, hey, I can't do this day, you know, I don't know. So that's why, like, well, I've said before, I had a big friend group in like 11th grade, and it was one of those things like, would I change anything? No. But would I do it again? No. Like, it was like a nice experience to have, but there were so many people that it was so hard to organize everyone and have everyone be happy with each other, you know what I mean, and not get pissed off, you know. And I don't know, I feel like after all that, that's sort of what made me be like, okay, I'm insane. I've officially been driven insane. The day of, people start dropping out, yeah, and then it's like, well, should we reschedule? And then like you feel bad for the people that can make it, and then it's like, yeah, I don't know, or like whenever people don't answer, and like you know they're on the, like, I'm sorry, but like this day and age, if you don't answer, mostly whenever it's a day of plans, if you don't answer and there's not like a genuine emergency, like I would have this one friend, one time she would say like, oh, like I slept in, and I'm like, girl, like come on. She's like, I slept in and like I can't even go anyways, and it's like, we've been waiting for you and for this, you know? 8 to 10. Okay, well, so I need to find what's it called? A photo. I don't know if there's a big group photo because like I said, there's like literally how many times, you know, that usually one person wasn't there. But actually so here's the amount of people, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then it got to a point where like people's significant others were added, so then we had to like accommodate to them and all that, and it was sort of like, oh my, like it would get to a lot. Yeah, so there was 10 people, but then after significant others or like other friends were added, like their, they add like their close friends, so there was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then there would be like sometimes stray people that just like showed up. Not in a mean way, but like then they would occasionally be there and whatever. You don't want to feel clingy? Sometimes. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I mean, I'm like really bad at messaging sometimes because I'll read something, like if it's a text, I'll read something and like it's the same thing how like I'll say on live it happens. Like I'll read something, answer it in my head and then don't answer. Or like I'll see it, like say if it's a Snapchat. If I said this to someone the other day, because I feel bad, because they always will ask me stuff on Snap pictures, and I say, like, if you expect to, like, I don't open Snap pictures that much because I expect it to just be a blank photo, I'm not, like, looking to open that as much, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so bad, because, like, they'll be like, how was your day, and I'm like, I am so, like, and I'll open it like a day later, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I just don't ever look at this, I guess. I don't know. So, I don't know. Sometimes I'll see stuff, and I'll be like, oh, I need to reply. But then I get distracted. I think that's what it is. It's like, okay, I'll give it a minute, and then I get distracted, and then it ends up being hours. Whatever, then I get caught with something. Yeah. Or, like, you're like reading it and then like say like my mom will be like, oh, can you help me with this real quick? And then like I don't even like, I just completely forget. Or yeah, I don't know. Sometimes my phone will like read stuff before me. Like I'll go and like look, I'll be like, oh, why isn't like, it happened with my friend Allie a few times. I'm like, why hasn't she answered me in a little bit? And I look and it's like she did, and it was for some reason said I read it, and I'm like, what? Like, okay, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. But sometimes another thing is like I'll be out like doing something and I just like can't give a good enough response. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to respond with a half-assed thing, or like even on stream, like if people text me, I want to keep my attention on stream, and I can't multitask like that. So sometimes like I'll accidentally open something when I'm on stream and then I'll never look because I forget, or I just see that the person texted me, or like I'll send videos with friends on Snapchat or like voice memos, and I'll think like, oh, I need to open that. But with videos, you need to be like in a space where you're quiet, and if you want to send one back or whatever, it's harder to like, so sometimes it'll take me days to open up some people's videos. And like whenever it takes days for my friends to open up videos or like voice memos, I'm like, I understand, because the same shit happens with me. I just get caught up and I'm like, oh, I'll read it when I get home. I get home, I'm scrolling on TikTok or watch a YouTube video, whatever, and I forget. Yeah, right. Or like if they're just sort of telling you something, and it even doesn't have to be like a super important thing that they're telling you, but it's like you don't want to be like, oh yeah, right. Like you just want to keep the conversation going. Like, I don't know, like me and Allie, we were talking about like work dress codes, and I could have just been like, oh yeah, that's interesting. That's a weird dress code. But it's like, I want to engage. We're talking, we're chatting. We're chatting about work and the dress codes, because she recently got a new job, and I was thinking as to what my dress code is going to be, so I'm nervous. Not nervous. Why would I, like, what? Okay, but I think you get my point. I don't know, but I just, like, but then there's, like, if it's, like, my mom or a sibling, I'll usually answer right away, because it's, like, I have nothing, like, why, like, I don't know. trying to think what else. I don't know. Of course, you're gonna be nervous. I know. I have an interview at 9 a.m. So I'm probably gonna hop off soon so I can get some sleep and make sure I'm up and ready to go. Yeah. I'm not like, I don't know. I shouldn't be that nervous for the interview because it's just like, they're just trying to ask me what I'm looking for in the job, and I'm asking them, you know, what the job is about, and they're just trying to see who I am as a person, and like, they've already seen my resume, so they already have like a general idea. So it's like, it's not like they're like grilling me, and I don't know. Every other day, oh wait. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, it depends. Like, sometimes there's those close friends that, like, you don't talk to forever. Like, you talk to, like, every few months. And then, you know, like, I have this one friend. We literally talk, like, every, like, 3 months or something. Like, every few weeks. And I'll answer right away. But then sometimes I just will, like, answer. And then sometimes I don't expect them to answer as fast back. So then I, like, never look at it for a while. And I'm like, oh, shit, they, like, answered right away. And I didn't even notice. That's another thing, though, that I don't like, is whenever you get stuck in a crossfire of, like, answering really fast. And it's like, fuck, like, I kind of need to go and do something, but, like, now we're both answering really fast, and I don't know what to do. Like, sometimes I'll sit down in the car and I'll text someone, and then I'm about to put my phone out and start driving, and then they answer, and I'm like, oh, shit, well, I have to drive. I want to start driving, but, you know, they're actively responding, and I, you know... You'll see how I am. Right, I don't know. I think I'm taking it a little bit more seriously than, not more, like, obviously take it seriously, but I'm like, I feel like in my head, I'm like acting like this is like a life or death interview. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I think it's just the fact that, like, a resume was involved and a resume has never been involved. Like, anytime I'm working, because, you know, when you work in high school, it's like, just send me an application and that's it, but, like, but I think I'm gonna head off. I think I'm gonna head off because I do need to get some sleep. I need to be awake by, like, 7. Because I need to be mentally prepared. I cannot wake up at 8:30 and, like, accept this call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to wake up at 7, relax, breathe, meditate, dance around, have some fun, jog around the room, do some push-ups, and then take the call. I'm be so chill. I agree. Whenever I was, like, working with, like, newer people at the restaurant, I was always, like, I tried to be as laid back, but as, like, you know, there's still rules. You know what I mean? Those are even worse because you... Exactly. So it's all based on, like, it's all based off, like, verbal, like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And, like, because they can't read my body language and be able to tell that I'm nervous. They can't, I don't know. I can't talk about this. I can't talk about it. I'm going to stress myself out more. That's why I didn't bring it up. That's why I didn't bring it up most of the live, because I was like, I know I'm going to get super stressed out. So, yeah, I think it's just a phone interview. I don't think she specified Zoom or anything. Okay, well, send me good vibes. Send me all the best vibes ever, and I'll update you guys on Saturday. Or maybe not. Maybe I just won't say anything. Don't ask. Don't ask about it. Don't ask, okay? Let me tell you, because it might be one of those things that if you poke the bear might start crying. I mean the bear. Is freeze up, you puff? No. Probably not, just because it's so earlier in the day, and I don't know. Tell me why at first I thought you were talking about, like, an inhaler. I was like, what? yeah, I don't know. I think the reason why I'm trying to relax more about it is because it's like I'm human. If I get nervous or if I'm like, well, I'm not really sure. Like, okay, well, it's okay to not be really sure, or it's okay to like not know. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay to like the. I just have to go in and be honest and be me, and that's all I can really give, and I have to offer. You know. That's it. That's it. That's it. But like you said, even if I do freeze up, it's just, you know, it's an interview, and it's like they see on my resume, they know I'm 20 years old, they know, you know, I'm a person. I don't know. So it's like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm gonna hop off for real though, and like I said, I'll keep you updated, possibly. Thank you for hanging out. It was so nice seeing you, Tony. I haven't seen you in a minute. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Hopefully we'll see you on Saturday and update you on what's going on. Does it really matter? Yeah, like obviously I'm gonna keep it on a professional level, but it's like, you know, sometimes you do freeze up. Sometimes you don't know the answer. Sometimes you're like, I'm not sure, and that's like, okay, well, that's the best answer I could give you. I can't lie, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, you know. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. I'm not gonna think about it anymore, okay? I'm just gonna go to sleep, and wake up tomorrow, get it out of the way, and then continue my day. Continue my day. Thank you. Send all the good vibes. Send all the good vibes. I think it'll be fine. It's easy for me to talk to people. I can do it, and I'm a talkative person, so I feel like I can say things. I don't know. And I will have fun. I'll try. And it'll go good. We'll be good. But thank you for hanging out with me, whether it's for a little bit or for the whole time. And if you're watching live or on YouTube, like YouTube VODs, ouch. Thank you for watching. Sorry, I had to crack my back. Yeah, I'll be like, hey, what's up? And she'll be like, whoa, what's going on? But, yeah, I think at some point I will have to do an audition or like a mic test to see how I am in front of a whole class. We'll get into that in another live, though. I need to get some sleep. Yeah, I'll just be like, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. And she'll be like, girl, what are you saying to me right now? She's like, what? She's like, so are you coming in on Sunday and I'm like, whether you're hanging out for a little bit or for the whole time. She's like, girl, what? Are you, like, hello? And I just am, like, doing my outro. Don't even put that in the universe, because that could happen now. That's a possibility of happening. Great. Okay. I'm heading to bed for real this time. Peace out. I love you guys. It was so nice seeing you, Tony. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Hopefully. I don't know. You've been disappearing. MIA. But I hope you've been doing well. Thanks for chatting. And, like I said, good vibes for me, all you guys, for this freaking weekend, baby. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. I won't see you guys tomorrow. I won't be live, but I'll be live on Saturday, and I'll be posting on TikTok, Reels, Shorts, you know the vibes, Instagram, all that place. And love you guys. And as always, I'd automatically hire them. On the fastest time, I get that. Family time, friend time, all that, you know. But I hope you're doing well. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you soon. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated. I will not say that tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Have a good rest of your night. Sleep well, sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Have an amazing day tomorrow. Have an amazing Friday. Have a good Saturday. And I'll see you here on Saturday at 8 o'clock. Good vibes for Friday. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay? Peace out. Love you guys. Bye.